Whelan Presley Funeral Home and Crematory have been serving Quad City families and veterans since 1889. Whelan Presley Funeral Homes are located in Rock Island, Milan, and Reynolds, and are proud supporters of WQPT. Alternatives is a proud supporter of WQPT and has been serving our community for 40 years. Alternatives provides professional guidance to maintain independence and quality of life for older adults and adults with disabilities.
The longtime leader at Augustana College gets ready for retirement and 70 years of opening the eyes of young performers in the cities. Stephen Balls is retiring after serving Augustana College as its president since 2003. A University of Iowa graduate and Northwestern University Law School graduate, Dr. Balls came to the cities after years in the legal and educational fields in such faraway places as Greece, Germany, China, Montana, and Ohio. His impact at Augie is substantial. And as he's trying to keep the college connected to the community, he's also joining me here in the studio to take a look back, but more important, to look ahead. So what made you decide now is the time to retire?
Well, thanks for asking that question, Jim. We've just completed a strategic plan at Augustana College. We've raised about $175 million to support that plan. And frankly, it is time for the next strategic plan, time for a new president to guide us over the next 10 or so years.
Let's go to the very beginning. I mean, you become president at Augustana. You're new to the Quad City area for the most part. Were you nervous? I mean, were you going, God, this is a mission, this is a college that really is so important to the community? I mean, did you have some trepidation when you walked through that door?
Well, I did. I didn't know much about Augustana College, actually. I had debated against Augustana College when I was in college. It was one of the few colleges we could never beat. So, I thought, well, if you can't beat them, join them.
I like that. But you've been able to grow with the college. I mean, you must admit that, I mean, academically and personally and administratively, this college has given you so much and you've given it so much.
Well, personally, it's been a tremendous growth. I mean, imagine 19 years of having the privilege of going to a couple of scholarly lectures each week, good basketball games, football games, getting to know our international students. I've grown so much as a person, and it's been such a privilege to serve Augustana.
And tell me about that. I mean, because the college has grown. I mean, if you think about it, especially, as you pointed out, the international programs, so critically important.
Yes, so the college made a determination about 15 years ago to not only try to represent the composition of America, but provide a world experience for our students. So that's kind of a two-way experience. We send students abroad. Pre-COVID, it was about 70% of the students. This coming year, we also expect about 150 international students to join us. It really enriches classes when we have students from all over the United States and all over the world.
But you're seeing also competition because Augustana is not the only college that's doing that, of course. What makes the Augustana experience more unique?
Well, what makes the Augustana experience unique, of course, is a small college experience, the opportunity to play Division III sports, the opportunity to be involved in great theater programs as well as great music programs, but also that unique Augie Choice program where we pay each student $2,000 to help them with a study abroad experience, an internship experience, or a research experience with faculty members. And we think being in the Quad Cities is pretty special too. Many of our students, as you know, come from Chicago. It's the ideal distance from Chicago. Mom and dad can see the athletic competitions, but students aren't going home every weekend, and they're making friends here.
That is so important. We were talking about the international. Let me do the absolute opposite. Is what do you see Augustana gives to the community? Far more local.
Well, Augustana has tried to better engage with the community over the last 20 years. There's hardly a nonprofit board without a Augustana College faculty member or administrator. Our faculty members are highly involved in the cities, including the mayor of Moline. So we're very proud about the outreach to Longfellow School, faculty members reading at Longfellow School. We believe that the Quad Cities needs a strong Augustana, but a strong Augustana needs a strong Quad Cities.
And that's so true. But the other part of the college experience, at least for you and as far as Augustana is concerned, is, I mean, you don't want to be judged by the bricks and mortar,
right,
but the construction projects and the bolstering of the college itself has really expanded over the past 20 years.
Well, that 120-acre campus in Rock Island, Illinois is a beautiful campus, but we found that the campus was full of deferred maintenance. So we've been able to renovate buildings, including that wonderful renovation of Old Main, build new buildings that meet the needs of our students. We've added quite a few programs, and that's why we've had to build the buildings.
And let's talk about those programs. Is there any area that Augustana has expanded in that you're particularly proud of?
Well, certainly we have our first master's program at Augustana College. Yeah, that was a big deal for this little liberal arts college to offer a master's program. We may see more master's programs. That is in speech language pathology. Very proud of the faculty for building a engineering program, a data analytics program, and then just a month ago, the faculty approved of a film program. So I'm very excited about a film and new media program.
What do you think that means for Augustana? Because you got to find some niche markets. I know that. And Augustana is trying to find a couple of them.
Yes, I mean, we believe that the heart of it is the liberal arts. Now, many people don't understand what the liberal arts are. The liberal arts are just problem solving, really, and critical thinking. So how do we apply that problem solving to the professions, be it accounting, business, teacher education, film? Likewise, we have many liberal arts majors that go on to be writers, artists, work at John Deere, even though they don't have a business major because they have those strong critical thinking skills. That's what employers are asking for today. Not so much technical skills, but critical thinking skills in those that they identify as leaders.
You are also retiring at a period that you're coming out of one of the biggest challenges in America as well as the education system, and that's this COVID-19 pandemic. In so many ways, we're all looking at it in a rearview mirror, though we're nervous because it's not totally gone. I understand that. Tell me what it was like during this period of time and how Augustana came out of it on the other end, because you did not know how you were going to come out of it on the other end.
Well, it was difficult. Indeed, we had no playbook. No one had a playbook with respect to the pandemic. I remember in March of 2020 telling the students that we were extending the spring break by a week and we'd be okay. And then, oh, by the way, we'll be studying from home for 3 or 4 months and be okay. But Augustana has remained open longer than most institutions. We did close down during that first time period and then closed down in December of 2020. But we were able to remain open in part because our students wanted to remain open. They wore their masks, they were socially distanced, and we had relatively few cases of COVID during that early going. But there was no playbook. We learned about resilience. Our students learned about resilience. We said before COVID we would never teach online courses, and then we were fully online with 2 weeks of preparation. Very proud of our community.
And I want to talk about that in a moment, but I want to talk also about the fact that liberal colleges had to clamp down. I mean, you were telling people if you don't do this, you're not going to be on campus. It was a very strict clampdown during this pandemic. Did you do the right thing?
I think we did the right thing. We controlled the spread of the disease. You recall early on in the pandemic, there were no hospital beds here in the Quad Cities. And while young people weren't at the greatest risk, our faculty, staff, mom and dad, grandparents were. So I think that if you err in any way, you ought to err on the side of safety. So we were proud that we kept our people safe. We had very few serious cases at Augustana College, in part because of that conservative stance. History will judge whether society clamped down too much. But for the time and place at Augustana, we feel comfortable with what we did.
You brought up the online education, and as you know, this could be hurting a lot of colleges and universities nationwide. What do you think that impact's going to be? Is that now students kind of have a taste of that? But you said, I mean, people are hungry to be in classrooms. They want to interact as well. So some people don't want to see this ever again. I mean, we learned a lot from this pandemic.
Yes, and I do think as I look forward to the future of Augustana, the bread and butter of Augustana is face-to-face education. Remember, Augustana has 2 goals. One is to provide a high-quality education to students. Some of that can be done online. But the second goal is to provide a coming-of-age experience. These are traditionally aged college students, 18 to 22. We think they want to be away from home. We think they want to be on the basketball court, on the stage. So we think that there is a continuing market for live education. Now that being said, we've learned much more about integrating technology into the classroom, having a much more active classroom. Will we have some hybrid classes in the future? Possibly. But the heart of it will be face-to-face education, where students can grow not only intellectually, but in mind, body, and spirit.
And that's so important. I mean, like you said, the college experience and the growth, it changes people. I mean, the college experience is so important.
It is important, and it's wonderful. And the best part of serving as an Augustana College president is to see these uncertain 18-year-olds come in as freshman first-year students, study abroad, do major research experiences, and do internships around the Quad Cities, and graduate with a real sense of self and a real sense of calling and a resilience and confidence that is sometimes missing in today's society.
You are retiring. What are you planning on doing next?
Well, I hope to end my career, Jim, the way I started it, and that is teaching and writing. So I'll teach part-time at Augustana College, one course a year, the art and science of fundraising, and I will continue to write. So I started teaching and writing, and I'd like to close this wonderful career teaching and writing.
And you do like adventures. I mean, in your personal life, you've been out and about. I mean, you have not sat behind a desk.
Oh, we still have a bucket list of mountains to climb, hikes to make, streams to canoe, and a raft. It'll be a busy retirement.
I will never have a building named after me. I won't even have an alleyway. What is it like to be able to leave Augustana, but also there's a permanent mark for you and your lovely wife?
Well, frankly, that was a surprise to me that the college would name a building after me. I mean, it warms my heart that the college community thought enough to do that. But what particularly warms my heart is that my wife's name, Jane, was also on it. She's been a true partner in this endeavor, helping with fundraising, being present on campus for almost every student activity. It's a warm feeling, Jim, but it was a surprise.
Yeah. And so, like you have said, I mean, you may be retiring from Augustana, but you're not necessarily leaving. So you'd look back 20 years ago when Augustana was the nemesis in your debate and speech career, and now it's such a permanent part of your life. It's really been transformative.
It has been transformative. It's been transformative to me, and I'm just so proud of these faculty that have transformed Augustana with so many new programs, so many new majors, so many international experiences, a tilt very much toward active learning as opposed to passive learning. I think we've all been transformed in the last 20 years. It'll be interesting to see where Augustana goes next.
Dr. Stephen Balls, retiring president of Augustana College. Founders Hall on the college campus is now renamed the Steve and Jane Balls Campus Leadership Center. Dr. Andrea Talentino of Nazareth College in Rochester, New York, is to become the new Augustana president on July 1st. Well, we are getting ready for the big July 4th holiday, but Laura Adams says there's so much more going on that may spark your interest, besides the fireworks, if you go out and about.
This is Out and About for June 24th through 30th. The 51st John Deere Classic begins play June 29th, while the Bishop Hill Midsummer Music Festival features a day of performances the 25th starting at 11. Port Byron hosts the Baby Blues Fest the 25th from noon to 6th, and a low-cost animal mobile vaccine clinic comes to the Martin Luther King Center the 29th from 2 to 4. Or come visit the Western Illinois Vintage Trailer Rally at the Geneseo Campground the 25th from 12:30 to 3. Plus, the Best of the Worst Sausage competition takes place at the German American Heritage Center the 25th from 11 to 3, while the Clinton County Fairgrounds hosts a flea market, antique, and collectible show the 26th starting at 8:30. And the Farm Life Festival takes place in Grandview, Iowa the 25th from 9 to 3. On stage, outdoor theater is back with Romeo and Juliet presented by Genesius Guild the 25th and 26th in Lincoln Park, while the True Life comedy Calendar Girls takes the stage at the Clinton Showboat through the 26th. Plus, there's plenty of music with Kaleidoscope Eyes, Music of the Beatles at Schweberg Park on the 25th presented by RME. The East Moline Main Street Summer Concert Series present Pulguito Grupo Instinto on the 26th at Runners Park. And Moline Township Activity Center Summer Concert in the park features Crooked Cactus the 27th at 6:30. For more information, visit WQPT.org.
Thank you, Laura. We have just marked the Juneteenth holiday, a time to mark the end of slavery in the United States. Charlotte Blue performed an original for the WQPT Juneteenth special, which aired last weekend. Here's Charlotte with People Get Ready.
People get ready, there's a train a-coming. Don't need no baggage, you just get on board. All you need is faith to hear the diesels humming. Don't need no ticket, you just thank the Lord. Get ready. Get ready, people get ready for the train to Jordan, picking up passengers from coast to coast. Faith is the key, open the doors and boredom. There's hope for all among those loved the most. Get ready. Get ready. There ain't no room for the hopeless sinner who would hurt all mankind just to save his own. Have pity on those whose chances grow thinner, for there's no hiding place against the kingdom's throne. Get ready. Get ready. People get ready. There's a train a-coming. Don't need no baggage, you just get on board. All you need is faith to the diesels humming. Don't need no ticket, you just thank the Lord. Get ready. Don't need no ticket, you just thank the Lord. You just thank the Lord. You just thank the Lord.
That's Charlotte Blue with People Get Ready, which originally aired on the WQPT Juneteenth special. The Davenport Junior Theater is marking 70 years of changing children's lives by getting them to perform, dance, create, or work behind the scenes. But it's a theater that has changed with the times. It's stayed relevant as the kids have changed with each generation and has reinvented itself even during the darkest days of the COVID pandemic. We talked with the theater's director and performing arts supervisor, Daniel Sheridan. You're marking 70 years, which is incredible because aren't you the second oldest youth theater in America?
We are, yeah. The oldest is out in San Diego.
And they don't count.
No, they don't count.
They
So
don't
we're
count.
basically the oldest.
Let's
in the
just
country.
say
But
that.
we'll take second oldest.
So the 70th, you're really kind of trying to mark that because it is something really special.
Yeah, it is. I mean, really, over the last, since I've been there the last 15 years, we've been growing and adapting to all the circumstances and continue to see progress. And we're excited to have everybody in the community, not just our alum, but in the community to come and celebrate having this program right here in the Quad Cities.
I want to talk about, and I know the summer's already started for so many people, but you have summer camps that are continuing. And you have some that start in the middle of July. So if you've missed out so far, you still, if you have a grandchild or a child or a niece or a nephew, you could still find a spot for them in junior theater this summer.
Yeah, that's correct. Yep. We have camps going on in July and June and August, so theater and dance camps. But then, we try to stay on top of it. The beginning of July, we'll actually be announcing our fall lineup of classes too. And stuff fills up sometimes 7 weeks ahead of time. So we're always encouraging families to get in there early, find a class. Because we keep our class sizes small. We only have 10 kids in a class, so that way we get to really know each of them and work with them.
And the thing of it is that you often see the same faces because, let's be honest, some of the extroverts are there at the beginning and they're going to be there till the end. You want to see some new faces. I mean, because the theater, whether you're in front of the stage or behind the stage, can really transform young lives.
Yeah, and one of the things that's taken off in the last year, for whatever reason in particular, is all of our behind-the-scenes design courses. We ran our first course in stage management. We had 7 kids sign up for a stage management class. Who'd have thought? Yeah, and scenic painting, and we're doing one in scenic design right now. So everybody involved in the theater is a storyteller, and everyone's essential. And so it's really fun not only to teach the onstage stuff, but the offstage part of storytelling as well.
And you were getting into new mediums too. I mean, were you not getting into film and video and presentations of that sort?
Yeah. Well, and I mean, one thing that kind of thrust us into that, of course, was COVID. So, when everything went digital and all of our programs went online, we had to outfit ourselves with a lot of new equipment and teach our staff. And a lot of us have on-camera experience, so we usually do once a year. We do some on-camera acting classes and stuff like that. But our bread and butter is acting, musical theater, and improvisation are kind of our 3 core areas.
Let's talk a little bit, just briefly, about COVID, because one of the things that I remember you talking about is that you were performing and offering services online. And you're finding that you were getting people watching from California, far away from the Quad Cities, and you were reaching an audience that you never thought you could potentially tap. Have you been able to develop that since?
Thinking they were at Davenport Junior.
That is a great story.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Now you're marking your 70th, and how many thousands of lives that have been touched. And as you alluded to, I mean, you're having a reunion that you haven't really had in a generation.
Yeah, and it's the picnic festival that we're doing on Saturday, June 25th, is going to be all outdoor. It has root beer and hot dogs and homemade lemonade. We've got the mobile stage outside for performances, tours. We're opening the Junior Theater Museum that we've been working on for the last couple years. And those alum are coming in from all over the country. And one of our keynote speakers is Brett Batterson. And he currently runs the Orpheum Theater in Memphis, Tennessee. And he was part of the original producing team for The Band's Visit, which won the Tony Award for Best Musical Theater in 2018, Best Musical. And they won 9 other Tonys as well. So it'll be great to have Brett there again. And he started theater at Junior Theater and was a student crew member and all of that stuff. So
I mean, it's great to be able to hang your hat on that. I mean, to see the success of somebody like that. Are there other success stories that you're really particularly proud of?
Yeah, well, I have to preface this with people often say, why don't you get that story out there? And one of the reasons is because we're really proud of all of our students. So Cass Berta, who graduated in 2017 or 18, was just in Coda, which won the motion picture, Best Motion Picture film this last year. She was a small part. And those are great, but we're also proud of, Eileen Bodges, who works for a food pantry now, but was a librarian and is a children's author and self-publishes books. There's so many stories of people just taking what they learned at Junior Theater and applying it to no matter where life takes them.
And that's really kind of important. Yeah, because I was talking about the extrovert and the introvert, and that really is one of the biggest points of Junior Theater is they're not going to be on stage forever.
Right.
but in a way they will. I mean, it's going to help in so many different aspects of their lives.
Yeah, I mean, whether they're coaching a little league team or giving a presentation in a boardroom or at school, like those skills are invaluable. They're the soft skills that everyone's really looking for in an employee that are hard to quantify and find.
We're talking about 70 years, and we're talking about the end of COVID. So it makes you wonder, what is the future? And you have learned stuff from COVID, and you've been able to adapt. In some ways, you don't want to go completely back to the way things were before. What are we seeing that you're expecting in the years ahead?
That's completely true. With kind of the shakeup of COVID, it got us looking towards the core fundamental of why do we do what we do, and focusing in on the essential things and eliminating some of the extra programming to make sure that our quality is top-notch. And one of the really exciting things on the horizon is Ashley Becker was just announced as our incoming artistic director to lead our main stage producing arm, the professional children's theater that's performed by all kids and crewed by all kids. So we have a new leader coming in there, so we're excited to see what she does, and excited to just really refocus on our team and getting back to the fundamentals.
Which is so important, is the fundamentals, of course. So what do you say to the people? Because we always say it's the Davenport Junior Theater, because Davenport is the backer, but it is for everybody.
It is for everybody, yeah, and we're back at it. You know, this last year, even since COVID, we're seeing kids from 25 or 30 different communities and towns signing up again. So, you know, come one, come all. It's a great chance to meet other kids interested in something you're interested in a safe place where everybody's taking risks and having fun and learning.
Daniel Sheridan, Performing Arts Supervisor with the Davenport Junior Theater. And you can find out about its programs offered this summer and into the fall by going to davenportjuniortheater.org. On the air, on the radio, on the web, on your mobile device, and streaming on your computer. Thanks for taking some time to join us as we talk about the issues on the cities.
Whelan Presley Funeral Home and Crematory have been serving Quad City families and veterans since 1889. Whelan Presley Funeral Homes are located in Rock Island, Milan, and Reynolds, and are proud supporters of WQPT. Alternatives is a proud supporter of WQPT and has been serving our community for 40 years. Alternatives provides professional guidance to maintain independence and quality of life for older adults and adults with disabilities.